would like to thank our amazing sponsors, Touring Plans Travel. Their destination specialists work with you to plan and book your trip. Whether you're traveling to a theme park, headed out on a cruise, or wanting to get away anywhere in the world. As experts in smart travel, their agents suggest the best itineraries and activities to fit your family's needs and handle all the reservations on your behalf. There is no cost to you or your family when using Touring Plans Travel services, and you may even save some money if discounts become available after booking. So head over to touringplans.com/travel and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Animal Kingdom. Today, it's love it or leave it time, Doug.
Getting to the third park of this series, Animal Kingdom, which I really enjoy Animal Kingdom, but I'll tell you what, there's some things I can leave.
There are, and we're going to get to all those and more. We have a very special guest joining us to discuss them. But first, we need to give a shout out to a new Patreon. Welcome to the Rope Drop Radio community, Seth Scott, getting the after show and bonus content, joining an awesome community of Patreons that we get to discuss with on social media. Almost daily things pop up, and then love it when any of our Patreons do an incredible trip to Animal Kingdom and tag us on things. So thank you, Patreon, so much for supporting the show.
Yes, thank you very much. And thank you to everyone that's left a 5-star review. Leave a 5-star review. We will eventually read it on time. The key, or on the air. The key is eventually, Derek. This one comes to us from the good old times of January 7th, 2023.
Oh, wow.
So we're getting close.
We're closer.
Catching up. And, all right. These guys experience the park same way we do, by Michael Scissorperger.
That is a long last name.
I really hope that's a made-up username right there.
Oh, no,
I
that's
don't
his
think
last
so.
name, and he has just turned off the show. Or message us.
It's coming. The message is coming. Sitzperger. No, it's...
Sitzberger, I'll take that. Anyway,
Sitzberger,
go on with the review.
Just say it really fast. You're going to be right. Sitzberger. All right. I've listened to dozens of Disney podcasts, and most of them are people who live in Florida. They pop in for an hour or two to generate some content for their podcast, then pop back out. But that isn't the way most people experience the parks. These two, on the other hand, go for vacations like the rest of us, and so have a perspective that's more aligned with how you and I experience a Disney park. That is a fantastic review, Derek.
Don't tempt me, though. Man, I would love to live close to that.
Right.
I'd love to live close to Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and pop in every now and then.
That back kind of entrance to the Walt Disney property right there by Animal Kingdom would be fantastic. But he's right. I mean, we go frequently, so it is a little different than a lot of people. It's not once every 5 years or something like that, but it's still a vacation. It's a process. We got to buy airfare. We got to lug our family around. We have to pack.
Let's talk about buying airfare where Doug takes the last ticket and Derek is not going to be with him.
I thought you were going to buy it earlier. It's going to come back open.
Okay, I'm going to hold on and be patient.
No, you buy the one ticket. This is to get, if you want to visit us May 30th in the Magic Kingdom, come say hello. If Derek gets there, if he ever buys his airfare.
I bought my airfare for my trip in June. Go home. Yeah, it's to go home.
This is to go home. Derek may be living there. Buy the next flight and then keep watching for that nonstop. Okay. It'll come back.
All right.
We'll come back.
We'll see. So there you go. I need to get that flight with Doug so we can have some good times with each other.
You know what? I don't know that we're great flying companions, though, to be honest.
You know what? But if we're doing a Patreon show where you listen to Doug through the airport, we just mic up Doug and hear all of his thoughts. Anyway, we're going to go back to...
You do hear my thoughts because I don't keep anything inside.
No, especially not at the airport. It's great. That would be a whole different set of reviews we get in after that bonus episode. But yes, let's talk about Animal Kingdom today, Love It or Leave It edition. We did Epcot on episode 334 and Hollywood Studios on 343. So go check those out after you listen to today's episode. But today's guest, we welcome back YouTuber who is on with us in episode 314. Welcome back to the show, KingdaKha.
Hey, how are you guys? Like you said, my name's KingdaKha. If you heard my episode before, well, I am back, and I'm so excited to be back. Thank you guys, Rope Drop, for having me on again, and I'm so excited because Animal Kingdom is one of my favorite parks. Honestly, it's actually my number one favorite park, and that's saying a lot because I know that's very low on a lot of people's lists, so I'm very excited.
There's a reason why you're on the show this week.
Exactly. So this is the greatest topic to have me on to, and I'm very excited. So let's get to it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming back on. Before we get to the show, why don't you give the rope droppers a little update of what they can find that's been on your channel recently these days?
Of course. So right now I'm in the process of revamping actually my whole channel. I just put up 2 new videos. I've been to Disneyland recently for Disney's 100 for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I'm going back actually in I think March. No, not even March. I'm sorry, April 18th to the 20th. And then I am going to be in Animal Kingdom for our Earth Day and its 25th anniversary, just for 24 hours. And that's going to be a really exciting trip. And I'm just going to vlog whatever I can and show you guys whatever. And whatever you guys want to see, I will be posting it. So I'm just trying to keep everything within the celebration of the 100th, but just showing you guys more and more of whatever you want to see. I'm a big character person, so that's mainly what you will be seeing on my channel. If you would love to see characters, rides, POVs, stuff like that, I'm just doing it all. Whatever you want to see, I will do.
All right, the character meets. You do a fantastic job with the character meets, and
A lot better than Doug.
I go to the character meets. I don't know. I struggle. I don't know what it is.
You do a lot. You and your wife, you guys do a lot. So I mean,
she does a lot,
and you tag along. I get it.
Yes, it's a choice that was made.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Now for Love It or Leave It. We'll move on to the show. We'll each take a turn sharing if we love something or if we kind of leave it. Now, keep in mind, we love it all.
If you're at Animal Kingdom, it's a good day.
It's a good day. So we're going to be a little more nitpicky. Like, say you have one day there and you're trying to get stuff done. You got to skip something, right? So you can't do it all unless you're doing parkeology, but those people are, next level. All right, so here we go. Let's dive in. We're each going to take a turn. We'll start with KingdaKha and then Derek and then myself. That way I can go last and just make up my own mind after they influence me. All right, we're going to start with the softball right down the middle of the plate. Love it or leave it, Flight of Passage.
Oof. Well, of course, I love it. Flight of Passage is one of the most innovative and just amazing rides ever, even though it is literally just a screen and this see, it's just so cool. It is so freaking cool and just so high tech and just so big and out there. And I love the world of Pandora. I love Avatar. So just everything about it. And even the queue was amazing. If you really just can sit there and go through it all, I say go through the queue. Even with the wait times, it goes pretty quickly, but that queue is amazing. A part of the ride. It's just awesome. So love it 100%.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I
Right,
just
Derek?
saw Avatar 2 a couple weeks ago, and I had never wanted to hop on a flight to Florida after I got out of that theater to ride it again. I love Flight of Passage. It's one of those experiences where I had the OMG moments at Disney. I don't get that often, but that was a great one, especially the first time and the probably 20th time I've done it. I've enjoyed it every single time.
I love it because I think it's the closest you can feel to flying on an attraction. You feel like you're flying, and then the little touches, feeling it breathe between your legs.
Yes, 100%. I think that is the coolest little detail that they put in there, and I'm
Right.
that is.
They didn't need to do that, but they did it. They did it anyway. So, all right, Flight of Passage. We all love it. All right. Other end of the whole spectrum here, Wilderness Explorers. Now, to clarify, there's lots of booths around the park. You get a little book, you go around, and it's like a to-do list of fun, I think. I don't know. Wilderness Explorers, what do you think?
As an adult, I'm going to leave it. But for kids, I think they would love it because it's like a little scavenger hunt. You can learn things along the way. I love learning about animals, the wilderness conservation types, things like that. But when you have so much other things to do, it kind of it's like a side mission that if you, like you said, if you have 24 hours, that's something you're not really thinking about doing. But it's a cute concept. I do think that's really cool, but I'm just going to leave it for me.
I'm going to love it. My kids are annual pass holders, so yes, we do go down more often. And once you've done everything in Animal Kingdom, it really does open up the animal and the learning side of Animal Kingdom. And so that's what I really enjoy about it, that it's now an educational experience and I get something out of it as well. So I do love that they have this option, especially for locals or people who go more often. And yeah, it's great and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I'm split on this. I can see how to love it and see why you leave it. So, first trip ever, don't waste your time with it, right? Your first ever time to Disney, you got other things to do, take care of. But if it's like your second day in Animal Kingdom and you're spending a full day in Animal Kingdom and you have kids under the age of 10, it's fantastic. However, we've done a lot of national parks, and my kids, when it opened, were, I think, 11 to 7-ish. I think that's where they were at when that opened. And the first thing out of their mouths was, is this just a knockoff Junior Ranger badge? So it's funny to hear Disney being the knockoff version. First of all, like, that's the generic equivalent to the national parks. But so they had done too many Junior Ranger badges at Yellowstone previous to going to that, and Mount Rushmore and Rocky Mountain National Park. We might have burned them out. So they were like, no. And so they're even in that demo. So I don't know. I guess I'm going to leave it. There we go. I got there. All right. I'll have less to say about others, I swear. All right. Next up, we're going to do a little dining. Fine establishment that way too many people eat at, because guess what? It's the first place you find if you go left. Pizzafari.
I'm also going to leave it. And I just don't think the pizza's that great. I think everything is just very blandly generic. Nothing too special about it. It's nothing that I just wouldn't do it again.
It is the worst meal I've ever had on Disney property.
Did it get dark?
It's by far it's the worst pizza I have ever had, and I'm like, any chain, right? It's horrendous, and yeah, I'm leaving it.
I will say leave it as well. Pre-pandemic, they used to do like every few months they had some new weird pizza. And so like I went for the podcast specifically the last time I ate there and got the cheeseburger flatbread. So Pizzafari, already bad. Not sure you can call it pizza. Insult to all pizza, calling it pizza. And then I got the cheeseburger. It was not good. So they haven't been doing that post-pandemic. We'll see if they start to get creative, but it's full. It's always full of people. Don't be those people. That's why it's on this list, to educate.
Agreed.
All right. Now something a little more thrilling that might split the audience. Dinosaur.
All right. So I obviously we're all heavy on Twitter, and whenever I post about this, always gets negative comments. But I love Dinosaur. Like, I genuinely love Dinosaur. I think it is such a cool ride. Like, it's very suspenseful. You're just going through the tunnels. It's rocking. It's moving, and you go, and you're making those hard lefts or sharp right turns, whatever. See the dinosaurs, and then it's very exhilarating. Now, a lot of people, if you've been to Disneyland, a lot of people will compare it to Indiana Jones, and it's like, those are, yes, they have the same track system, but you just can't compare them. Like, I think there's two very different rides in a sense, but I love Dinosaur. It adds to Animal Kingdom. It's fun, and yeah, that's it, really.
All right, loving it.
Yeah,
Eric?
I'm gonna love it, but man, it is getting its teeter-tottering on
Loving
that.
it. I'm shocked.
I do enjoy the attract, but it is really showing its age. I will tell you what I'll leave is that pre-show ever again. If we could go pandemic and just cut through the pre-show and get on the ride, I would be great. But I do enjoy it, but man, it definitely needs a refurb, and some of those animatronics aren't working anymore. And I will love it. In about 2 years, I might be leaving it.
I agree. But can I say something? I wonder why Disney does it, because they know that ride is sorely like in need of a refurb, and it's like, it kind of rings the question: is it going to be, rethemed? Is it gonna be turned into a whole new ride? Are they not trying to spend the money because they know that it's gonna be turned into something else? So
until they figure out what to do with that primeval whirl space and what they're gonna do with that side of the park, you really can't do anything with it until they keep it going.
We got
Exactly.
Moana Zootopia Land coming because that's the perfect marriage of
That
IPs.
sounded exactly like what was going to happen in that Imagineering thing at D23.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
all like, let's
Well,
throw
it might
this
be
out there.
happening.
We'll see what they say. Maybe
I
they'll
will
be
believe.
excited.
I'll believe it when Moana opens at Epcot when I'm actually walking through it. So there you
It's
go.
just an elaborate sidewalk, my friend.
Yep.
Anyway, I am going to love it. I thought Derek was going to leave it like a hot potato or something, but so I love it because of the failure to update the pre-show.
Oh, I hate that pre-show.
It's Mrs. Huxtable. How often do we get to reminisce about the Cosby Show?
It's a 4x3 like SD projector
It's
that
so
doesn't have the
old.
bulb is so old.
They
I'm surprised it
can't-
still works.
They can't change it at all because the technology, like, well, I guess that projector's going to last forever. Anyway, it's tube televisions. I don't even know where they found those in 98 when it opened. And so I love it for that. There's so many quotable lines out of that pre-show by Dr. Seeker, and then you continue to yell them the whole time. And then your kids continue to yell, "We're not going to make it, we're not going to make it," for like a month after going on the ride. So it's a participation thing. If you go on Dinosaur, you participate, and that's why you love it. All right. I thought I'd talk less as these went on, but I'm getting too enthusiastic.
These are your opinions. We want to hear.
Yeah.
Fine.
Dinosaur. It's a love. All right. Triceratops spin. 3 grown men talking about Triceratops spin. Just want to point that out. All right.
So I went on. First of all, this ride is. We have these rides in almost every park except for like Epcot. This ride is it's just another spinner ride. It's does nothing for me. Maybe it's not for me. It's for the kids. But then again, it's like there's really nothing special about it. So I'm gonna have to leave it. And yeah, is that really surprising? Not really. No.
I love it. I love it because we've done it with just me, with just the guys, with my kids. It's probably the most done spinner ride on property that I have been entertained with, and it's slowly become a must-do, and people tag us at Rope Drop Radio on Twitter whenever they do it as well.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm going to love it is because people that are truly been around a long time know that we wrote it when it was just us, and they will tag us when they write it.
Yep.
That makes it, I love it.
Nostalgia based. Like there's a
yes.
Yep.
So okay, memories aside, would you still keep it in the park? Let's say they were talking about doing something completely different with Dino. Would you keep that ride in the park?
I couldn't care less. I mean, it's a spinner.
Yeah, it's just spinner.
It's but it has Rope Drop Radio nostalgia.
There you go.
Then that makes okay.
Yeah. All right, moving on. This one should be quick. Satuli Canteen.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I love it. It's one of the best quick service meals.
No. It is the best quick service meal in property, not just Animal Kingdom, all
I'm so
property.
sorry.
There you go.
You're right. I am so sorry. I'm so glad that you edited my words because you're absolutely right. Everything about it, the theming, the food is just so. Honestly, there is not one Animal Kingdom trip that I haven't taken where I haven't eaten there. Like I remember eating all like the quick stops, like the the little stops, getting the floats, food, whatever little stuff. But I'm like, I have to save a stomach just for that place because it's so good. So I will always love it, and I never want to leave it. Just saying. All
right, you nailed it. It's the best. Go. That's why we don't talk about much other dining in this park, except to what to avoid. All right, Expedition Everest.
Oh wow, love it. And you know what's crazy? Because I'm so scared of roller coasters, and I hate drops. Like I just hate them. It's a thing that I've always just hated. But that roller coaster is so much fun, and I think I really enjoy it because of the storyline behind it. It literally has a story from the time you're right in the beginning of the queue till the time you're on the ride. My only negative is that the Yeti does not work, and I have petitioned on Twitter so many times to get that Yeti movie because I think it is one of the coolest animatronics that Disney has built. But the fact that it doesn't work is such a waste of money and time from the Imagineers, and I'm just like, please get that Yeti to work. Please find some type of beams and structures to redo mountain just so that Yeti can swipe down at me and scare the crap out of me. But overall, I love it.
I agree. It's a fantastic ride. In fact, there's a bonus episode where I took Doug on this attraction back during the pandemic, and that ride went from great to even better because I just have Doug next to me. And I had a Rocky IV moment where Ivan Drago, if he dies, he dies. And thankfully, Doug lived, and we have the audio to prove it and have his one of the greatest experiences of my life. But yes, I love this attraction. I do it every time I'm Animal Kingdom, and it's just great. But I do agree, fix the Yeti.
Yeah, September of 2020. If you want to scroll back, find a bonus audio. That is the one and only time I will ever be riding this attraction. It's evil. It's designed by people that don't like people and want to harm my stomach. I don't know. It's just awful. Don't do it. Just don't. Everybody else loves it though, but I'm gonna leave it hard. Just hard pass. Never again.
I'm so curious the why. Like what do you
backwards motion sickness. Derek should have left the audio on me. They went again without me and just kind of left me. They just like abandoned me outside the gift shop on a bench.
Yep.
And just like, see ya. And you guys were off again to ride it because September of 2020 was a fantastic time to visit the parks. We'll never get that again. But they were just like, see ya. And then you guys were like, we've been on it enough. So I finally had to get up and move after that.
Go listen to that episode.
Yeah, go find it. It's a thing. All right. Feathered Friends in Flight.
If I remember, I watched it once when it was originally like up when Russell came out. Like that. Or no, it was Doug. I mean, no, it was one of them came out. It was cool. I liked it. It's just a little show. It's another show that greatly adds to Animal Kingdom, and I thought it was cool enough to love it. I'd definitely do it again. It's just that I haven't gotten around to doing it. I feel like there's other stuff that I would do before that one. So I'd put that like pretty low on my list, but I do love it. I think it's pretty cool.
I love it because it's educational and it's teaching about animals. And so Animal Kingdom's not all supposed to be about thrill rides and attractions. And that's why I like that show, is because it is teaching about birds and they fly over your head and it makes everyone jump. And it's an all around great show.
Very true.
Don't jump up though. I mean, they are right above your
They
head.
are right above your head.
It's a fantastic place to take someone that's scared of birds.
Touche.
No, don't do that. That'd be mean. But I love it as well. I think it's the right amount of edutainment, if you will. You get the animals, the interaction. They did kick out the Up characters, though, when it reopened.
Boo.
I know. Anytime Doug is in something, it makes better. Because Doug is a rock star. But, Feathered Friends in Flights. I'd say it's worth your time if it fits your schedule.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to more animals and edutainment. In a park that says it's not a zoo, the part where it's straight up a zoo, Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail in Marahaja. I'm not sure if I said that right. Darn it. Jungle Trek. I might have butchered that.
I absolutely love it. I think it is one of the coolest things ever. I just love those treks. I remember when I went, and I think it was 2020. Yeah, I went in 2020, and no, it's 2021. Sorry. And they were so close. Like the gorillas were so close. Like there's like a bridge where you're walking, and like there's a little gap separating, but they were just so close. You could see them eating and just like living life, and it was just like one of the coolest things and experiences. I've been to zoos before, but that one was just, I don't know. I just thought it was amazing. Definitely pro tip, go in the morning because that's when they're eating. They're more active. And yeah, it was just really cool to see. So I love it. I love everything about it.
This one I'm actually going to leave, and I've done it many times, but I am spoiled by what is now ranked as the #1 zoo in America, about an hour away from my house. We have been members off and on over the years, and that's the Omaha Zoo. And what they have done over the last few years is take the ideas of Disney and implement them in the zoo and really make them very immersed and themed. And so I have that. And once you experience the Omaha Zoo, we are not sponsored by them, but if you're listening, let us know.
Maybe.
And
let us know.
Yeah, it changes how you view parts of Animal Kingdom, and this is one of them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the Omaha Zoo just was ranked number 1 by USA Today, I think, just this last week that came out. So it's always in that conversation with San Diego and Cincinnati, I think, is the other one. And so, like, the gorillas in the Omaha Zoo have been, like, in their natural habitat, and you kind of walk through it for almost as long as like they are built almost the same time. People that worked on both projects, like, worked in Omaha, helped Disney get going, and then vice versa. Now there's a whole Africa section in the Omaha Zoo that, I mean, there's a Jumbo house, for crying out loud, and thatch roofs. It's the same rock work people. We're spoiled, so we're gonna leave it because we do it like field trips.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, but what our zoo doesn't have is the next thing, because it's a ride. Kilimanjaro safaris.
Great transition.
Oh my gosh, love it. Like, I feel like that's the epitome of Animal Kingdom. Like, you go there for the safari. You know what I mean? Like, I love everything about it. There are times where, like, same as the gorilla trek, some animals you'll see, some animals you won't. Like, because of the time of day or their sleep, or, you know, it depends on the ride, time of day, all that stuff. But it's absolutely great. I love it. And yeah.
I also love it. It is Animal Kingdom's truly signature attraction. You haven't gone to Animal Kingdom if you haven't done the safari. And now I've hit a point where I want to do like the adventure trail above the safari.
Yes.
That's now on the old bucket list. Bucket,
yes.
Doug.
That's a good one. That's a good idea. I like that. The safari is a must do. It's the must do of the must do's at Animal Kingdom. I feel like, did you go? If you didn't do it, try not to do it right at the end of the night, because the giraffes all go stand by the gate and check out early. It's
hilarious.
It's almost kind of entertaining if you do it, because it's like all the giraffes are in one spot like an hour before they go in. It's like, oh, I punched my card, you know. So we love the safari. Now, I will say, spoiled by our zoo, when we went the first time with kids, Samantha was about to turn 3. We get off and she's like, why were the animals so far away? So little kids, sometimes, you know, you have to find the animals a little further away across the savannah, things like that. The kids have to sit in the middle when they're little. They can't sit on the edge. And a little bit's lost on the 3-year-olds. But after that, I think it's all golden. All right, moving on. Cali River Rapids.
Dang. I'm saying this a lot, but I genuinely love it. My only negative is that it's short. It's a little too short for me. But it's great on a hot day, especially here in Florida. It's torture, that heat. So it's a great way to cool off. I think the theming is great. The queue is great. I just wish it was just, like I said, a little bit longer, and that's really about it. I actually like it. Fits aged well.
I'm leaving this one. I did it once. I checked it off the list. I got beyond soaked, and I just don't like being super wet in a theme park. And so, yeah, do it once and say it's done.
Can I reiterate? I don't understand why Disney doesn't have, like, heating stations.
Like Universal? If they had those things, I would be more looking forward to doing it. Universal, good job, by the way.
Literally. Because I don't understand why they just don't have, like, people, like you say, they get soaked. Like, it's ridiculous. So why they don't have, like huge dryers just doesn't make sense. And Disney has them.
Doesn't fit the theme or something.
Right. Yeah, they wouldn't have that in Asia. Come on. I have done this attraction too many times to care for. It is a leave it. It's a hard leave it for me because I'm old and I'm a curmudgeon. And the what's it called at California Adventure?
Grizzly River
Run.
Okay, yeah. So much better. It's longer, I think. It's better themed. I did the Grizzly River one time in the dark. The scariest attraction I've ever been on, because you can't see what's coming until you get soaked. And then we got off of that, and then we waddled back to our room in the Grand Californian to change.
That's perfect.
You can't do that at Disney World, so I'm gonna leave it because I'm spoiled by Disneyland. All right, moving on. Adventurers Outpost. For those that don't know, this is where you meet Mickey and
Minnie
together. Only place you do that consistently.
I think I said it in the beginning, I'm a character guy, so I absolutely love it. The queue could be a little better, but the meet awesome, and it's Mickey and Minnie. Like, come on, you got to meet him in every park. I'm sorry, that's the rule. You have to see the boss and his wife in every park.
Yep, I agree. Love it. Meet Mickey and Minnie together. It was our cover photo for a long time, Doug, for Rope Drop Radio.
It's you just don't get them together very often. Also, people that meet a lot of characters, you start looking for the different outfits, and so here you get the safari outfit, and then at the holidays it gets a little safari holiday twist too. I think it adds a scarf. I don't know, I could be wrong. But yeah, this is a great meet. Great use of a lightning lane. A lot of people like sleep on the lightning lanes at Animal Kingdom. Like, I don't need to buy Genie Plus at Animal Kingdom. Like, yeah, but boy, you can, after you get like your second go round on Everest, because you rope drop Flight of Passage, then you run to Everest, then you use your lightning lane on Safari, and then guess what? You can get both of those in again. It's a great use of a lightning lane. So, because like you said, the queue is really bad.
Yeah, very, very dull. There's nothing to look at, and those lines don't move as quick as they should, so it was kind of like that much.
There's some great photoshopped pictures.
I feel like that was thrown up last minute, and I'm just like, oh, cool.
Someone's 12-year-old was like, hey, could you put Mickey in Tibet?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was, yeah. All right, moving on. That's a great one. Don't sleep on that. All right, Festival of the Lion King.
Oh, that's a must. That's a must do. Love it. Love it. I grew up with Lion King. The music's great. The just everything about it is awesome. They brought back the what is it? The
Tumble Monkeys.
Tumble Monkeys, and then you got the fire breathing twirler thingy guy. I'm sorry, I'm messing up the words right now. It's terrible, but I love it. I really do. It's just I kind of wish they would switch it up a little bit, because you see the show once, you see it, like you see the same thing, but then that's with every show. You go see the Broadway show, it's the same thing, but it's good. I love it.
Derek, you hate this one, don't you?
No, I love it. It's always between number 1 and number 2 of my favorite shows on property, between Indiana Jones. So yeah, I think it's fantastic. If you like Cirque du Soleil in a way, it is like that for kids with the Lion King characters, and it is a great use of a lightning lane as well sometimes if it gets really busy during the pack times of the crowd. And so, yeah, altogether, I've probably seen it a dozen times, and my kids and I get into it every time.
And live vocalists.
Yep.
So good. So good. And it's best when you interact also. Like, don't be a Scrooge.
Hey, Doug, have you ever seen the whole thing?
No. There you go. Every show needs a villain. So, like on Ted Lasso, I am Nate at this moment. So, I'm going to leave it. I don't know why. I just don't know why. I can't explain it.
But you've never actually watched it all the way through in its fullest form.
I'm broken inside, guys.
Yep.
Maybe next time. Maybe, Derek, instead of the Magic Kingdom, we go to Animal Kingdom and I watch the show. I don't know. I'm broken. I'll admit it.
I am thoroughly shocked right now, and I think
you should be.
Do that for
Someone
me.
just turned off the show, by the way.
But I at least said I was the villain.
Okay.
Nate,
I like it. Ted Lasso reference.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that in a few hours here. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't like retellings, and
Okay.
I'm weird like that. All right, we better move on before I say something dumber. All right, Zuri's Sweet Shop.
I'm gonna leave it. Oh, and the only reason why I'm really leaving it is because there's a candy shop in like almost every park. You can get candy in the. I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay.
Yep. I also leave it. I've actually never bought anything from there. I've walked in. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
So this is located back in Africa, near the exit to the safari and the Gorilla Falls exploration area, and I'm gonna love it because we're a confectionery type people. We go in there, we get snacks, we let the kids pick something out. We're not pretzel people, Derek, so This is, and it's not a Mickey bar. It's not a Mickey ice cream sandwich. You get that more like the fudge, the marshmallow wands, and that sort of stuff. And they're all animal themed caramel apples. So it's in every park except the Magic Kingdom, or no, except Hollywood Studios, where they don't like fun because they got rid of it to put in a gift shop.
Because they make more money selling Star Wars swag.
No, it's Toy Story swag.
Toy Story swag. There you go.
Well,
It's no way.
Not wrong, but like literally both answers are right. They do with both.
Right. So I love it. I knew I'd be the only one. That's why it's on the list. I had to unvillainize myself after the last one. All right. Navi River Journey.
All right. I love this ride. And so many people are like, oh my God, it's so slow. It's just nothing. It's a waste of time. I love everything about this ride. It is such a beautifully done ride. And it's the animatronic for me. Like the anticipation of hearing the Navi's voice when you're turning that corner and just seeing how massive and fluid the movements are. And it's just like, wow, this is freaking amazing. And you look up just in general, I love that ride. And a lot of people don't like it, but I love it.
Nope. I'm going to leave it. And it's because it's too short. I do love the animatronic. My kids have even said, we've done it. But I will tell you what, after watching Avatar 2, I was ready to go down and rope drop it. So, you know what? It might come back on me.
I'm going to leave it. It's a one and done type of thing for me.
No.
It is what it is. It's little boats and a little ride with a very amazing animatronic.
Have you seen Avatar 2 yet, Doug?
No, I haven't.
Okay, maybe we'll see if
it comes
back.
Of a Disney person. I haven't seen. I did see Ant-Man in the theater.
Okay, I didn't see that one yet.
You.
So yes, there we go.
I'd rather you watch Avatar 2, to be honest.
I wish I would have, but kids. Okay, I took kids to Ant-Man. So, all right. Next up, Restaurantosaurus.
Is that the Starbucks?
No.
Nope.
Which one's this?
It's got burgers
and fries,
strips.
chicken strips, very basic, great meal. I will even start. I love this restaurant.
But
go ahead. I don't think I've actually been in there. I don't.
That's good. It's smart.
No, it's great. You can get a drink if you want a beer while you're in there. The food's not amazing,
beer, Derek.
but it not at the Magic Kingdom. Can't get a burger and a beer, so here you can. And you know what's nice about it is that it has food that my kids will eat. And it's on the dinosaur side of the park, so it works out. And we've eaten here quite a few times.
I gotta check that out. That's what
it is your basic burgers and chicken strips.
It's as basic as it gets. Love it.
It is theme park food. If your kid eats the food group called yellow, they'll be happy. But they do have grilled chicken strips on the kids menu. On the adults menu, there is really nothing that jumps out.
Yeah.
There's foot-long hot dogs, if that's your thing. And then breaded shrimp randomly listed between a fried chicken sandwich and chicken nuggets. And there's a Cobb salad. Burgers, hot dogs, salad, chicken sandwich.
So since I'm going in April, I was like, maybe I should add that to my list, but I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to wait until I go back for like a longer and do that one. So
it actually has been a minute since we've been there, which I think's funny, Doug.
They no longer have the much loved and hated green buckets.
I know they got rid of that makes me almost leave it again, but
yeah, it should. So, but the theming inside is the best. So to truly understand the theme of Dino Land, which I have said over and over on the show, I'll own it. Dino Land is one of the best themed lands at all of Walt Disney World. Maybe all of Walt Disney parks. Best themed land. But you have to understand the land, the theme here. So if you go to South Dakota, you can see where they basically took Mount Rushmore area and the nonsense that happens up there and then blew it up. And so in the restaurant, you can see how the whole theme comes together of the local paleontologist discovered it, the landowner tried to turn it into a roadside attraction. All of that merges with the
okay.
theme is really cool in Restaurantosaurus.
I get you. I get that. Okay.
I'm done.
That makes me want to check it out.
So, like, you see the parking lot lines in the asphalt because he just threw up attractions, right? Okay, moving on. Tough to be a bug. We'll do rapid fire. Tough to be a bug. Yes or no. Well, love it or leave it.
I love it. I'm scared of it, but I love it.
Derek?
Leave it, but I do it every 5 years to remind myself why I leave it.
I love it because I like to laugh at other people's pain and misery when their children are crying. All right.
My gosh.
Yeah, I know. I'm rough. All right. Flame Tree Barbecue. Love it or leave it.
I love it. It's different. I love it. It has something different than, park style, so I love it.
In the cheeseburgers and chicken strips?
Yes. I don't know if you caught on to my sarcasm. I don't care for it.
I was a leave it on this restaurant for like the last 5.5 years of this podcast, but over the last 2 years of this show, I have grown to enjoy it and like it more, and I love it now.
I leave it because the seating is outside and it's Florida. I need my air conditioning. Give me my air conditioning.
Kind of agree.
Yeah. All right. Last one. Rainforest Cafe.
Hard.
Don't think too hard about this one.
I'm going to leave
it. It's easy. Yeah, leave it.
You leave it. However, if there's not a Rainforest Cafe at Disney Springs, it might make you think a little bit, and it does fit the theme of Animal Kingdom.
Not wrong.
It fits, but it's still Rainforest Cafe. Leave it. Go eat at Satuli Canteen instead. It's better food.
Agreed. I have one question.
Yeah.
Are you got love it or leave it? The Nemo show, Big Blue.
Oh, leave it.
Huh.
I'm not.
I haven't seen the new version, so I like that it's unique. Like the music is not from the show, right?
Yeah.
Like I said I didn't like Lion King because it's the same thing, right? So the retelling. So I will wait judgment till I see the new show.
Okay.
When that will be, I don't know.
Makes sense.
Where are you at on that one?
I like it, but it's not something that I kind of want to do over and over. Like once you see it, it's like, oh, this is cool. This is interesting. I like the way they did that. You like the new effects, the way that the theater looks. But after that, I kind of don't care to see it again.
Once every 5 years, another one of those type of shows. So, Doug, one you don't have on here, Nomad Lounge. Love it or leave it real quick.
If it was easier to get into, I love it.
I do love it.
But you got to rope drop it.
I love it for the churros alone.
Oh yeah.
So
great place to go.
It's a great lounge. Yeah, it's probably the best place to grab a drink inside at Animal Kingdom for sure. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
There you go. So that is Love It or Leave It, Animal Kingdom. We want to hear from all of our listeners. What did you love? What did you leave? What did we get right and wrong? Let Doug know that he's wrong on some things at Rope Drop Radio. But KingdaKha, thank you so much for joining us. Why don't you take a minute and tell people where they can find you?
First and foremost, thank you guys so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. I honestly wholeheartedly enjoyed this. And if you guys like hearing my voice, or if you want to see my face, it is on YouTube at KingdaKha. Yeah, it's just KingdaKha. I think it was 92, but 92 is my Instagram. So it's just KingdaKha, KingdaKha. And yeah, that's where you can find me. Or if you want to follow me on Twitter, KingdaKha92. There we go.
All right, we'll put that in the show notes, and also we'll share some of your YouTube on our social media pages this week.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you guys.
Thank you. Well, and we definitely want to hear more from you in your trips, and so excited to hear and see more about that. But we also want to know that our listeners can get some trips if they want to go anywhere in the world, Disneyland, but especially Animal Kingdom. If you want to experience all of these things, you're going to have to go to touringplans.com/travel. Let them know the Rope Drop Radio guys sent you because we want to know what you love and want to leave at Animal Kingdom. And of course, if you want to get more information and support the show and listen to after shows, you're going to have to go in the show notes and click the Patreon tab. We're going to record that here in a few minutes with KingdaKha, so he'll have an episode out this week. And then, of course, please leave a review so Doug can keep butchering your name on air. And please message us when we do butcher your name, because nothing brings more joy to me than when someone goes, wow, you got it way wrong. Thanks, guys. Love the show. So at Rope Drop Radio, all the things. Thank you so much. So for KingdaKha and Doug, I'm Derek. You've been listening to Rope Drop Radio.